Hey YouTube, Sparrow here from Sparrow International on Mommy Duty Nation. But in the meantime, I want to talk about how you could date a boss ass bitch and how to bring out a woman's femininity who's used to being in her masculinity. Because today's day, things have changed. Women are taking more roles as men would do, and they're also providing bread for the family. And I mean, I'm the type of woman, my late husband, he was my business partner, but he stood home. He stood home mostly, and I was the one who went out. And I was very content with things like that. But here's what happened. I still respected him as my man. I wasn't emasculating him. I wasn't involved in where he was using me. It was a total partnership. But a lot of times, we're stuck in old times, and in certain ways, like I listen to a lot of these relationship gurus, and one of the things they emphasize is how women should adjust to the changing of times, the casual culture and stuff like that. But we're drowning out there because at the same time, we're trying to make these adjustments to be pleasurable towards our men in hopes to have a good man and a good partner. But there's nothing guiding men on how to handle a woman who handles her business, who stays in her masculinity. How do you bring her out of that? I can tell you, as a woman, I am always fighting somebody. It's just our day-to-day life. We're always fighting my little bun. We're always fighting some catty shit or some guy who's just trying to assert himself over us while we're trying to assert ourselves and then pursue our goals, And one of the biggest things I've came across, and the biggest problem is when you try to have relations with a guy and you're a boss woman and you don't have time. Men don't respect our time. So number one, respect our time. I would say number one is respect, and with that respect, you will respect our time. I think men are used to the concept of their mothers doting on them, so then a woman should do the same, and that's wrong. I'm not your mama. Why would you want to fuck your mama or anyone who's like that? It's gross. So respect our time. Respect the fact that, especially these days, I'm a single mom, right? So anytime I take the time out to date you or be with a man or a woman, depending on who catches my interest, anytime I take those time out to be with someone, right? I'm taking time for my children. Especially there's no additional parent at home to nurture them while I'm not there. So respect that. Respect the time. I would put up half. I always put up half or offer to put up half. I'd never like a guy to pay for things because I work just as hard for my money just like he does. So I want my money to be respected. So let me put up my half. Let me do my part as a woman where I want to take care of you because this is the area I've worked hard for. I work to be successful. So, but don't use me. Don't take from me. Don't take my money and everything. Because I've come across male hoes who do that shit. I've come across guys who tried to sit there and thought that me being a single mom, I was desperate enough for them to be around, and through that desperation, I'll eat their shit. No, that was that's why they ghost a bitch because they learn the hard way. And and gentlemen, I don't care if you ghost a bitch because, be honest, rejection is God's protection. That's how I look at it. So now, I used to care about that stuff, but I do want people to be aware what it's like. When I first came into being single as a widow. You ready to go, baby girl? Okay, brush your teeth. When I first became single as a mom, as a single mother and a single woman, I experienced ghosting in the very beginning stages of my of me venturing out into dating, and it's a shitty feeling. It's a really shitty feeling. I'd rather you tell me you're not interested than to sit there and ghost. There's no excuse, gentlemen, to the fact that you don't want to hurt our feelings. Because think about it, you're still, not only are you hurting our feelings, now you're implementing insecurities that were never there. Because a bitch was never insecure. I always knew, especially from having my husband who loved me through all my flaws, that was awesome. And then I dealt with a new insecurity because I never dealt with ghosting. That was new to me. I was young. When I got married, I was 24, and that was in 2007. So, social media wasn't a big thing when it came to dating. And because of that, I experienced dating in an old-fashioned way where you had to meet my parents. You had to earn your way to get into my pants. But it's a different culture now. It's more casual and less expectations, which I tend to like. I do like that because on my behalf, it takes a lot of pressure off of me as a woman, where I feel like I should fit certain gender roles, which I never did in the first place. I always fought those gender roles when I was younger. So, I'm not complaining about that. I'm just pointing out the damages that, if we don't heal from certain things, we're going to sit here and we're going to assert those issues on each other, right? So respecting my time, respecting a woman's time who's a boss ass bitch, she's got a career. Respect that. Respect her time. She's not there for you. We're not placed here on this earth to please you. We're placed here on this earth to nurture it. That's what we're really placed here on this earth, to be nurturers. But not at the expense of our emotional and mental health. No. That I don't know what illusion created that and where that came from, but I feel like a lot of people are fucked up out there because of that expectation they had on women, and then a lot of women fucked up their kids in the process of trying to meet those expectations, and then we're demonizing them for that shit, So respect a woman's time, respect her money. I'm the type of woman that if we go on a date, I'm going to put up my half. Or if you don't let me pay, I'm going to cover the tip, something. Because I don't want you to be in total control. I want equal. I want to be equal partners. And you want to bring out that femininity in a woman who's used to being in her masculine energy due to the fact that she's a boss ass bitch and she's commanding men or commanding respect on a regular basis. Well, give us a safe place. I need a safe place to be a woman. I need a safe place to be feminine, because it's not safe out there for me to be feminine. It's not. If I go out there and I'm trying to face the world and try to be feminine, I'm placing myself in a position where I'm not really being respected, or I'm a target because of the fact that women are just not respected as strength, unless the guy grew up with a single mom, and if that single mom lifestyle didn't damage him, he'll respect the strength of a woman. Or if he grew up around a lot of women. So but there's a certain level of disrespect that I and many of my sisters out there that are boss ass bitches, we talk about it. We go through it a lot. It's like catering to men's needs, but our needs are neglected. And then now we're working careers. I own my own business. That's 24/7. That doesn't stop. That means every work I put into, if I don't, the moment I stop and I don't put in the work, I ain't getting nothing out of it. So if I stop to spend time with you, then I'm paying for that. That's costing me. That's costing me with time with my children. That's costing me time to implement for my business. That's costing me money. That's costing me a lot. Respect that. Appreciate that. And give me a safe place to just be a woman. I want to be a woman. I want to be in my femininity. I love the idea of being a girly girl and doing those girly girl things, but I don't feel safe. I don't feel safe always being in my femininity. That there's no safe place for me. So, and then I know if I go into my femininity, that's most likely it's gonna be used against me. And that's the world we're in today. You know, we're addressing like how to please a man, how to make a man want you, how to do all those stuff, but we're not addressing on how to heal a woman from the damages of dealing with men, or how to give a woman a safe place for her to be herself, you know. I want to be able to kick back, relax, you know, make it so safe that I could fart in front of you. I want to be able to fart in front of you and let loose. That's how you know a woman feels safe around you, because she knows that if she can be a human being and do human things around you and not fall into the expectations of perfectionism that's expected on her, then she can be more feminine and more loving and more nurturing. It allows her to step into that feminine spirit. But if I'm sitting here and I have to guard myself and guard everything I do and be on this whole image thing of being perfect, then I'm in my masculine energy. And then I might emasculate you for the sake of my emotional and mental health. So, and then that destroys your mental health and emotional health. So it's a balance. It's an equal give and take. While I am catering to your needs, and while I'm catering to you as a woman, I wish for you to cater to me as a man and make me feel safe. Because out there, when I step outside that world, it ain't safe out there. I need to feel safe with you. And that, I will say, will be the number one issue with being a power woman and trying to date as a power woman. Having men respect the fact that sometimes I'm in my masculine energy and I just need someone to help take me out of it, you know, and through those masculine things, when you come and assert certain controls in the right areas. I'm not talking about come in and control my life and tell me what I should do, what I should wear, how I should dress, how I should talk, all that stuff. I'm talking about taking control in the aspect of day-to-day decision making that will help ease off the pressure of me having to make the decisions, cooking, cleaning, those things, you know, planning the dates, planning the day-to-day stuff with me. That helps, you know, respecting my schedule. Sharing a schedule will help, gentlemen, if you share a schedule. But a lot of guys look at it as control, but it's not. It's just respecting our time. I tried to implement this once with an ex. Like, I was like, hey, I have this app called Time Tree, and it's a calendar app. And it allows me to share it with other people, to invite them into the calendar. And then when I post up my calendar, they see as well, and vice versa for me with them. And he felt that I was controlling him. The funny thing, though, was towards the end of the relationship, when his responsibilities started compiling on him, guess what he turned to? That calendar. So it wasn't about me controlling him. It was just me trying to have something that respected that. I know he had his own goals and aspirations, and I had mine, and yet we was trying to come together and make that work. So by having our own goals and aspirations laid out in front of us in a calendar form, gave us that ability to see what our day-to-day business was like, and then also the hope that it, you know, you respect each other's time. So there's solutions to this, and it's, you know, and I'm talking once you get past like the initial dating phase, like the first like few months of dating, first 5-6 months. Once you start getting to a point where you're in a relationship and everything, respecting time and incorporating each other's time is very helpful. A lot of people like to keep things separate, but that separatism is what's going to separate you guys eventually, because as you're trying to do your personal goals, and as me, I'm a woman trying to do mine, if we keep things separate, then now it becomes of a power dynamic of you and me versus your time versus my time, and whose time is more important, because we're not sharing that equality, that equilibrium within each other of each other's time. And then the expectation as a woman that I should just, it's not happening, gentlemen. We don't shut up. And if a woman tries to shut up, and if she does that, watch out. That's because she's scheming. So, that's what I have to say about that. Respect my time, respect my money, and also respectfully respect my efforts and give me a safe place. Yes, very important. Oh my gosh, how much I emphasize on a safe place. Because a lot of women, when we go out there, especially being boss ass bitches, we're also being traumatized. We have to fight and scrap and do a lot of stuff to get what we want and need. And that stuff doesn't come easy. So we're carrying a lot of emotional and mental trauma from just facing the world to make our own way. So give us a safe place. Be that balm, that safe haven that we can be feminine. And then you will see our feminine side and we won't feel the need to emasculate you. Because I will emasculate the shit out of you if you think you're going to disrespect my time, disrespect my money, or make me feel like I'm in danger of some kind, emotionally, mentally, or physically. So, women can fight these days. Women can kick ass these days. And we can defend ourselves. And it's because I should not have to fuck you. I said this in my last video. I should not have to fuck you to get your protection. And definitely, fucking you might destroy your respect. So, you guys want to stop dealing with women and the issues that come with us. Well, then start respecting those things. Give us the safe place, respect our time, and respect our money. All right, gentlemen, thank you. Hope all is well. Oh, sparrowinternational.org is our website. It will be changed to sparrowinternational.us. Just having a little trouble transferring the .us over to the .org. So right now we're at sparrowinternational.org. Check us out. See what we're about. And also Sparrow INTL. That's my Instagram and Facebook. And then send some love. Send some love. Donate so we could keep giving back to the community. Keep bringing people together. Keep uniting and keep spreading peace and love and happiness.